Hello, this is Broly SS Guide, and I'm back with another video. And this video is pretty much about how there's YouTubers out here. The main one is pretty much Monument Nation. Just gotta say that. But I make these videos, man. It's not to, you know, harass you, nothing like that, bro. It's just some things you be saying I just don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing, bro. You be sitting there telling, the fans of PlayStation that like we have pretty much have no power, and unless they do the speak with their wallets, which I do agree with that part. You got to speak with your wallet, and also, um, but the thing is with you is like you pretty much just fold up like a chair yourself, as far as like um actually protesting Sony. That's like, so you say one thing, well, yeah, 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 about all my games physical, and they showed thousands of, well, I don't know how many games you showed. We showed a lot of games. So it seemed like he got a lot of games, which is cool, right? But at the same time, you sit there and chill for Sony and like protect Sony, even though you know these niggas are like, you know, being evil right now. But yeah, you sit there and defend them for no matter what they say and do, make songs for them, and yeah, you're gonna come back and got them, got them, got them, got them. You're gonna. It's like I don't understand you. Before this happened, you were sitting there telling people, yeah, go to other platforms if you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, expand your options. Don't just settle for this Sony. Go buy an Xbox Series X and X. But now people talking about going to PC because Sony wants to go to all digital. So they were like, well, I have to go to PC because I can own my games but through God. Now, I'm not saying that, but at the same time, it's like I do have an option to go to PC if I want to. And I got an option to go to Switch too. And I already have an Xbox, but I don't got a Series X or X. I got a Xbox One. But anyway, my options right now is a PC or a Switch 2. But might get a Switch 2 eventually. But this is the thing. There is options. But why do you sit there and you get mad at people for saying they're going to be going to a different platform? And you tell them not to come back, stay gone, stay this and stay that. And it's like, dude, you can't tell people what to do just because somebody want to leave to another platform. Another thing too is this: some people, um, you got like so many platforms yourself. So we tell you to leave and don't come back, even though you never said that you're done with Sony. But at the same time, it's like you still got other platforms. You don't play just primarily Sony, right? Yeah, yeah, like as if people should play primarily just Sony only. The way you talking, or no this, no buy, and if you go to another platform, stay over there. Don't. That's weird, dude. Like, and I think you are taking shots at MBG because he said something about that. Somebody said somebody he's playing on Steam or something like that, right? And okay, back to what I was saying though with the fans. Now this is another thing too. He made it seem like the fans of Sony have no kind of power whatsoever. Just fold up like chairs. Nothing's gonna happen. And he might be right, but he might be completely wrong because if you look at the way with Xbox, you know, millions of people left Xbox. Millions of people left Xbox, bro. And we didn't hear that about how many people left Xbox. Oh, actually, they had a mass. I think they had like a mass unsubscribing. I think right after they jacked the prices up on Xbox Game Pass. So I don't know. They did say there was like a big crash and a big crash with the servers. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if that's what happened with us? Remember how they said we had a big crash? Where the Sony was PlayStation was down? What if that was people unsubscribing from Plus? Have y'all thought about that? Have y'all actually thought about that? Because people was like, it could be. First, everybody trying to blame Marvel tool guns, but what if it was a big crash through people unsubscribing PlayStation Plus? I mean, who knows? You know, because we never heard how many. At the time, we never heard how many players left Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? So after later on, later on, I think what through Usher. Yeah, it took Usher to actually tell the numbers of how many people left Game Pass. Phil Spencer never came out and said anything. They never came out and said we lost subscribers, right or wrong. It took for a whole new CEO to come in and tell the truth about the mass amount of players that quit Game Pass, and they kept their prices the same until after Phil Spencer left. So who's to say that that's not what happened right now with Sony? Because Sony's not going to tell us what happened. They're not going to tell us the truth. They're not going to tell us if a massive amount of players are already unsubscribed PlayStation Plus. But the thing is, I think that they had done that, and they done some more a few days ago. I think that's what happened with that crash. It might have been the PS Plus that happened. You unsubscribe that bad boy. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. But the thing is this. I know I said before in one of my other videos, but so Microsoft is a way bigger company than Sony, you know. And yet people sit there and uh they they cancel their pre-orders. I'm sorry, they cancel their subscription en masse, and at the same time they show Xbox their power, and they succeeded with that. They actually succeeded with that, right? So what makes you think that it can't happen with Sony by them losing their subscribers? I can definitely see that happening in mass, in bulk. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't sit here and say never because you don't know what can happen, regardless of how much big Sony is a market leader or not. Because they don't really, market leader can only take you so far. Can only take you so far. Because the way Sony's been acting lately, man, like they're just not the same. This company is just straight evil. I'm sorry. I'm just gotta be real honest with you guys. Like, they don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asking for them to be no Phil Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing like that. What we're saying is like, be a normal company. If something messes up, come out and talk. Hey, look, this what happened, blah, blah, blah. We hear you. So we're going to actually pretty much, try to fix the issue with things. They don't do nothing like that. How can you respect the company that sits there and tell in an interview, whatever they had with somebody that, oh yeah, our fans are totally for us, and we don't feel the need to talk to our fans about anything. That means to tell us that you're full of shit. And on top of that, that they know they're messing up. They know that they're lying. They know we don't want it, and they know it. If you feel like you need to talk to us, that's because you don't want to hear our thoughts. You don't want to hear the backlash. That's why you don't want to talk to us. Because you know daggone well we will also tell you guys no, we want our physical this. That's why they don't want to say nothing. And how in the world? Another thing I don't understand too about some YouTubers, like they don't talk about how X, PlayStation told their devs not to even speak on the subject. Now, why is that? Because that makes them sound guilty right there. Not to talk about the subject, not to speak on it. Y'all look guilty for not speaking on it, and then you got your devs. You're telling your devs to be quiet. Don't say anything about it. That's even making y'all even more guilty about what y'all doing. Y'all lying about the numbers. You're lying about the numbers, and you got people. Since y'all don't want to talk for yourselves, you have fake articles coming. Okay, look, I put like this. You got articles from real people giving out fake information. How about that? To support your cause of going on digital. You know what I'm saying? That's all y'all have right now. I don't care what Val will say. Come on, Val, talking about this, y'all did this. No, nigga, shut up. Y'all, yeah, you're a PC company. Y'all wanted digital in the first damn place. So they might want to hear that crap. But yeah, they don't never speak on the Insomniac numbers, right? They don't never bring that up. They don't never bring up the fact that more consoles were sold than digital. I'm sorry, physical disc were more physical disc consoles were sold more than digital consoles were sold. And on top of that, more games physically was being sold over digital. God of War was like what Ragnarok or the first one 2016 or Ragnarok. I think it was Ragnarok. It was over like 75% sold over like what 30% for digital or something like that. Crushed it. It crushed digital. But yet these shields, Marley Emanation, and others, they don't bring those numbers up. They won't dare pull out those files. Dare do it. You know? Yeah, I think it's just a little weird that I think it's funny. I mean, that how we have more uh physical consoles sold over digital, but yeah, everybody's saying that the digital is out selling the physical in far as like games. It doesn't even sound right. It sounds like it's just made up. Like I said, I think what it is, Sony's got tired of waiting on to do this, and they're pushing it up faster. They're pushing it out faster. Because I've been hearing like they've been planning on this for years, and what I think what happened was they're not seeing the results that they wanted, as far as the digital being more higher. So they're making up lies to push the agenda out faster. Like I said, I didn't think we'll be getting digital to like in the future, like when cars are flying. I mean, like I'm talking about like all digital. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how my thinking was. Like that shit, man. Like cyberpunk or sometimes, or flying cars like the Jetsons or something. Like that's when like everything's just all digital. People living in skyscrapers that look like the Jetsons cartoons or something like that. Boy, Roy, you know what I'm saying? Like, this soon? Come on, man. This soon? Another thing too, right? You got people out here that says we don't have it a red box. Red, Marley, I'm listening again. We're having a red box. Where's Blockbuster? Where's this and where's that? Those things went out of the door. Nigga, that's any store. No matter what kind of brand name you have behind it. It could be a Kmart to go out of business. Cause you know why? Because Walmart came through. That's how life is. Things come and go through that situation, right? That's normal. Because you want to sit there and keep saying when Netflix came in and took out Blockbuster. Okay, it did, right? But that's how things work. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. I know you're gonna say, well, that's the same thing that's happening with physical and digital, right? But this is the difference though. Physical is still here. There's still stores out here selling physical. Just because Blockbuster went out doesn't mean every other company that other places that sell the physical doesn't exist because Blockbuster went out. There's so many different kind of like video stores that sell games still, not just Blockbuster, not just real Hollywood video or shit like that. There's other video stores out here that still pump out video games. So you miss me with that because like Blockbuster's not the end all be all. Okay, and another thing, you talking about where's Circuit City? You got Best Buy. Best Buy is a new Circuit City. That took over that. Walmart took over like I don't know a lot of places, right? But anyway, that's just how things go. Now you sit there and say we're having a red box. Red box gone. I have a red box in my area. I got plenty of red boxes out here where I'm at. So what are you talking about? I got red boxes. I got GameStop over here too. My GameStop's doing fine. They're making money. We got customers going in there daily buying games. Thank God we got a GameStop. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for my GameStop, bro. Like we had two of them though. We got one of them was gone now, but um, I'm glad we still got our GameStop. I go there on a regular. So. But the ones that missing games, a lot of y'all like I hate GameStop anyway. So the ones that's missing GameStop that are in your area, y'all don't care. Y'all don't even care for GameStop no more. Y'all just talk shit about it. Oh, they cheap y'all. They cheat you with game buying games. When I learned to start doing that, you know what I did? I stopped trading games in. I just use them as a damn store. Buy their new games or buy the used games or buy a console or accessories to keep it moving. I started trading in my stuff. Unless that's when I was a kid when I was trading in my stuff though. I don't trade in on it anymore. I don't. I stopped doing. I traded. I had a lot more games than I have right now. I got a lot of games, but like I would have had a lot more games. I traded a lot of games when I was a kid, bro. You know what I mean? But they was really I was getting good deals sometimes for trading in my games. Sometimes be bad deals. But like I said, as I started getting older, I started realizing like yeah, I don't need to keep doing this. You know what I mean? So I just stopped doing it and started buying all my games straight up and just stop trading in. Period. Whether it's a console or a game, I just stop trading in and use them as just a store to buy instead of a store to trade and buy. I just use it for a store to buy. But to each his own though, man. But for me, um, I like my GameStop, uh, and we have a lot of games to choose from. They got a lot of games I ain't never heard of before. But yeah, right now I just want to focus on getting the games that I got as far as digitally, and also the games that I've missed from the PS3 era, and also the PS4 era. I'm on games I just missed. Period. I'm just go ahead and just say it like that. Just focus on games like retro as well. A lot of Marvel games as well too. DC games. And as you can tell, I've had changed my channel to the Marvel and DC Gaming now. Also, I do a variety of other games too, but just mainly focus on those two games. As far as like companies, I love Marvel and DC. But just throwing that out there for you guys that might be Marvel fans or DC fans. But anyway, you can't sit here and just be like, well, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, that's gone because of you guys buying digital, buying digital. Now, I'm say this too. Now, as far as Blockbuster, nobody saw Blockbuster leaving. I didn't even know about Blockbuster leaving. I thought Blockbuster was doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I never knew that Netflix was actually going to take out Blockbuster. I had no idea that was going to happen. Nobody saw that company coming. Nobody saw that coming, man. Like, it just happened. But that's why you got people today taking a stance. Like, no, we don't want this to go away. We don't want physical games to be going because Sony said so, even though they're lying about the numbers. So like I respect people for actually standing their ground and wanting to fight for what they want. 'Cause it's still like a straight up setup anyway. Like Sony is just setting people up for the okie doke. Like, hey, look, even though we're lying, we're gonna tell y'all these numbers here. They gonna run with that. And the funny thing is, Sony have you guys to talk for them. So they want to talk for themselves. You guys are talking for them, finding articles that suit Sony's narrative and their story. You got Sony, you got these niggas going around. This is facts. This is facts. This get Valve said this. Matt Pisciocello said that, and blah 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 blah. And y'all aren't enough. Y'all ain't put only 500, 200,000 copies sold for 7 games and all this. Man, please. That's why every time if we start showing you a little game collection now, that doesn't mean nothing to me. I don't care how many games you show us or movies you show us. It's like behind your collection, you still protect Sony about how you feel, how you think. And you know what? I'm glad that it triggers you every time you see no this, no buy. It should trigger you. I mean, it shouldn't trigger you, but it does. If something triggers you that much, then it tells us that you're not for the cause. You're not for us to have physical this. You're not really for that. You're not. Putting those songs called "Got 'em, Got 'em, Got 'em, Got 'em" for Sony to pull you back in and make you be a slave in their store, and you're sitting there smiling and being all happy about it and singing a song and dancing around like a little jackrabbit and getting up dancing and laughing and smiling from ear to ear like everything is just so funny when you want to see games being jacked up to $200 See, this is the problem. We got Rockstar putting out games for a standard for $80 already. That's a problem. That's a problem with Nintendo doing it too. Even though I might be buying a console soon, but it's a problem with them as well. Cause like, I don't want to be paying like $80, $80 to $100 for standard games. I don't want to do that. And you're sitting there smiling like a little jackrabbit, just smiling and dancing and got him, got him, got him, got him, got him. Like really, nigga? Does she want to leave us and all this crap? Like, you what? It's just, bruh, it's just the weirdest thing. And he got mad at MEG for standing his ground saying F Sony. And he went, that's crazy, bruh. That is. At least MBG stands his ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in the fight to help people, like, save their physical and not sit there and act like he's on Sony's payroll and tell people to uh just to fold like a chair. Just don't do anything. I said, and just kneel before Zod and all this crap, bro. Like he like you're rooting for Sony to do this crap, and it's just weird, bro. It's over. Give up. It's all he says. Give up. It's over. That's his mentality. Give up. It's over. You're not gonna. If you know what, even if it is a losing battle, I still want to have to say like, you know what, I tried and I kept trying. I didn't give up. At least I'm not just laying down saying, I give up. No, nigga, I'm buying physical games. I never said I was not gonna buy games. I never said I was quitting Sony. I handle my joint differently, and I might get a PS6. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to miss out on playing like Spider-Man 3 and Venom and all that stuff. I don't want to miss out on doing that. But at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. It's like I said, I sold my consoles. All of them has disc. And I showed my collection of games. So I do actually collect physical games. It might not be as high as his, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm happy with what I have so far. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I just don't think it's right that these people. I seen YouTubers saying like we're full of shit of not wanting to have physical copies being taken away. Like, how are we full of shit when we want to own our games? That's another thing too. They don't even believe we want to own our games. That we just doing it for clout. We're doing it because just to be doing this shit. I'm doing this because I really want to own my games. I don't want to see my games disappear out the store. I mean, out my library. Sorry, I really don't. That's how I feel. I can't speak for others, but I can speak for myself, and I really don't want to see my games disappear because of a license issue. And these games I have beside me, I own these. They're not they're not rented. They're not going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. I own my games like I own the clothes in my back. You know what I'm saying? I own these clothes. I own my games. You know? I own this PS5. I own my TV. I own the furniture in my house. So like, people want to make little things about, well, you don't own this, you don't own that. So why you think you can own uh your games? Well, I own these games I got right beside my TV. They're sitting there. I can play whenever I want. I can pop in Heavenly Sword. I can pop in Midnight Club. I can pop in God of War 3. I can pop in Stellar Blade. I can pop in Last of Us Part 1 whenever I want. I don't have to worry about nobody saying license issue, yank off of my library of these games or just beside my TV. I don't gotta do that. I had to wake up one day and all of a sudden all my stuff is erased off my platform with these games for PS3. Same thing. You know what's funny on the PS3? I bought more of my games physically then than I do right now. I'm not lying. Like people talking about some PS3s want to start it. Shit, I bought way more PS3 games back then. It was more games to play than it is today. Even the PS4 era was decent, but it wasn't like that great as far as like games coming out for me anyway. Like God of War was like similar more. I'm more of a God of War fan than anybody else. And Twisted Metal, they started making Twisted Metals. They started making Twisted Metal. It's my favorite franchise as far as like car shooters. Twisted Metal, love that game. They started making those. That's their first party IP. They stopped doing it. You know, I actually play a lot of Twisted Metal, uh, God of War. Those are my main two franchises. Out of oh yeah, and MotorStorm for PS3. Out of any game, I play those the most. As far as like Sony's first party games. Sorry, that's just me. That's two car games, one with a shooter, God of War. That's before Aloy even came out, and I played a lot of Heavily Sword. I didn't play Heavily Sword like that then. I didn't even have it. Um, but those are my main, and I also played a lot of PS Home. See, on the PS3 era, I played a lot of PS Home too, and I got a lot of games besides. It was saying like, as far as first party wise, it was those games. You know, God of War, Twisted Metal, and Heavenly Sword. But not Heavenly Sword. I keep saying that, but that's in my mind. And Motorstorm. I had Motorstorm. But the thing is, though, like Sony, I don't know, man. They just became more lackluster. It's like I know it's like each year they start to take away stuff. Less games you want to play. Um, they just take away a lot more games that's like first party wise, heavily stored. You know, that's one of the main games I did like that it took from me. Um, Jack and Dexter never been a big fan of that game anyway, but for the ones that like it, then I feel sorry. I feel sorry for them. But it's just sad, man. It's like if you notice it, they push like everybody that really pretty much care about PlayStation in some type of way, have feelings for the brand. They push like everybody out of that circle and put in nothing but heartless robot CEOs and chairmen that have the spot of just maximize. That's all we were about now. Maximize, maximize, Hiroki Totoki, maximize. Wendy Becker, y'all need to start saying her name. Fire her. Fire Hiroki Totoki. Y'all need to start calling for firing. Fire. Like Phil Spencer. Yeah, me took him a long time to get fired though. He didn't get fired, but same with Hiroki Totoki. Y'all need to start calling them out. Hiroki Totoki, Herman Holtz need to go. All of them got to go. I ain't being just biased. Herman Holtz got to go too. Hidaki Toshido got to go. Hiroki Totoki got to go. Wendy Becker need to go as well. All of them need to go, bro. Start calling for firing. And the one, see, Wendy Becker is the head chairman, which is Hiroki Toki's, you know, that's his boss. That's his boss, right? Fire them and put in somebody that actually care about games, bro. See, he's in Japan too. I thought the thing was over here. Like, he's in Japan, so he ain't worried about nothing over on this side. He ain't worried about nothing, man. And as far as the Japanese people, I apologize for not thinking that you guys actually supported physical games because I thought that you guys were like China, more like over like just playing PC, or just digital only. I didn't know that y'all actually supported. Y'all have the one of the biggest supporting um, physical players out there as Japan. I didn't even know that. What I've been hearing, I ain't 100% for sure, but that's what I've been hearing. So if that's true, then I apologize for that. Because I thought that Sony was trying to make the United States, or other places as well, more like Japan. Like I thought y'all was mostly like digital, but I heard that was pretty much not the case. That you guys do support physical games. If that's the case, then how come that shows why they don't never show Japan as them buying their physical copies of everything. But at the same time, I've been hearing that Japan doesn't really buy PlayStation like that anyway. They buy mostly Nintendo. So I don't know, man. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I just, you know, think it's just sad that people just shill for Sony no matter what they do. For a company that does not even want to talk to us, doesn't even want to communicate and say, look, you know what, we made this mistake, we want to change it. You guys, um, you guys deserve better than this. We made a mistake, we want to change it. None of that with them. None of that with them, right? At all. Yeah, I'm stuck in this stage. I don't know where the hell to go. I've been trying to figure this shit out. I haven't YouTubed it yet, but I might end up doing it eventually. Like how the hell you get through this shit, bro? But yeah, okay, like you do that. Okay, but yeah, they're not gonna do it, man. And the way it seems like they're gonna stay quiet until 2028 to release the period. And you know what's sad? It's like, oh, I made it. I finally. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm in the same spot, bro. I ain't make nothing. Ain't this a bitch? Anyway, it ain't made shit. But yeah, so they're never gonna they're just gonna stay quiet in 2028, and that's sad. You know what I mean? Like I think what's gonna happen is though that PS6 the console's gonna like flop. I already see it's gonna fly. You know what? That was one of the main ones that wanted a PS6 so bad, and just hear about it being a diskless, diskless console, no disk drive. It's just it's kind of like a turn off. Like, I kind of, really? Because now I'm gonna feel like I'm being forced to play what you want to give me. I feel like I'm being forced to like just buy into the store only. That's being forced into your store all the time. And then on top of that, it's like the price is gonna be skyrocketed. You know what's funny is how the EU sit there and said that, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. Bullshit. They can do something about it. They don't want to. What it is, Sony agrees on palms. Sony agrees on palms. They need to be investigated. PlayStation need to be investigated thoroughly, bruh. All them CEOs and chairmen need to be investigated. And then you need to go to those developers and ask them what else the Sony told them what not to say. I mean, well, we know what they said, but like tell us your opinions, how you feel, and we need more big developers to come out here and say something as well too, not just small indies. Um, get some bigger companies to come out here and say no, we don't like this, and we want to pretty much skip your console and go to another console like Nintendo, Xbox, and PC. I think some will do it eventually. If not, then I don't know. But like I said, I'm really betting on law enforcement, the lawsuits and everything to pull through probably if that's possible to like set Sony straight and get them back on the right path of the disc and keeping the prices as it should be. Because again, physical and I think physical and digital should coexist with each other. Another thing too is this though is like it's an option. It's an option to have that. I think it's a good option to have both. That's just my opinion. Like it should be both of them. I don't know why it wants to leave. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to say is this though. They said they're talking about something. They want to still put out digital codes in physical boxes. If you go through all that trouble to put a physical box out, then put out the disc too. You want to make code box cases and things for the 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 digital version, which is the digital code, whatever for the digital for the physical. Sorry, a digital code for a physical box, but yeah, you won't put out a disc for it. That's corny. I'm sorry, that's so corny, bro. Like y'all could definitely put out a CD for it. Y'all just don't want to do it because y'all want us to not own anything. That's all it ever comes down to. They don't want us to own anything. You know what? Pretty soon they're not want us not to own a console. We'll have to rent these. Oh, you can't rent. You can buy. I'm sorry, you can't buy, but you can rent. Rent much as you want. Somebody already had sit there and said that you're gonna actually one day start renting these consoles so that they're not gonna let us buy these consoles in the future. I can see that happening now. I ain't renting shit. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna rent no console. I'm not renting no console. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked the video. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment in the comment section how you feel about Sony lying to us, how you feel about shills like Marley Nation, always defending Sony for every little thing they do, calling y'all frauds, snakes, and shit, and pretty much frauds and snakes for like no diss, no buy. That's another thing too. You notice how you always put that on the protesters when somebody buys something that's like digital. It's always the protesters. It's never the all digital players that just buy. Okay, look, if it is the all digital players, right, which I think it is, right, he might say it's some of them, but he still switch them to being no diss, no buy. Now, he's doing that, like I said, to divide and conquer. He wants to split up the community of protesters of being no diss, no buy. It irks him. I know he gets really butthurt when somebody says no diss, no buy. And like again, I don't feel as though it's the protesters that's actually buying all the digital games. It's pretty much the digital players, the ones I see in the comment sections like I'm buying all digital. I'm gonna buy all digital. It's them. It's them that's doing it. But at the same time, I still don't feel like they're the ones that's picking up all majority of the sales. I don't think they're. I mean, well, what I'm saying is, I don't think that they are actually are buying so many games to make up the data of it saying digital outsells physical. I think that's a lie though. I still feel like physical is outselling digital in most ways, but I just think Sony's lying about those numbers, man. I really do. And their lie, you know what? And their silence speaks it. They're not saying anything. They're lying. Well, that's what you call a guilty conscience right there. When you know you're lying about something and you're doing dirty things, you hide. You don't say anything. You're quiet. If you feel you're gonna sit there and tell people in the interview, we don't feel the urge to to talk to our customers, because they know they're lying. Sony is the snakes and frauds. You need to be aiming that stuff at them, aiming at Sony as a snake and a fraud. You aiming at the customers of Sony. Man, that makes sense. I ain't never seen a company that's supposed to be on that's what's the word, honest company not come out and say anything, but it takes a snake and a snake in the grass to hide in the shadows or hide in the grass and not say anything, but yet through all lies of in articles of the data. I don't know why people call it data. It's just weird to me. I just call it data. But anyway, yeah, like I'm sorry, but I think Sony lying like crazy. Sorry to say, they lying like a snake. They are. All right, guys. That's all I gotta say. This is Ballistic Guys signing out. One love and peace.